Hi, this is Patrick. I'd like to share my story of my masking debt and where I am today, just so you know who I am. And originally, I masked, and I masked for 14 years straight, and I can't give back that masking debt. And I started with I have high functioning autism. So I had mask and mask and mask and mask till it was unhealthy. And the background on that was, I worked at a grocery store for about almost 4.5, 5 years, and I would just be masking 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I would get off shift and I would drink heavily to just forget the day and my internal dialogue the entire time I'm there. And after, it's like, I don't want to be in this world because it was so overwhelming and so bad for me. And I and then by about 2016, when I was still there, I was able to get a medical marijuana card, and I was able to buy weed and edibles, and I still use cannabis today, but it was a healthier pivot, and it really did help me decompress and unmask, as I was unaware of unmasking. But the debt still accrued. By the time I left in 2019, I had a brief job that just didn't work because of the hours. But by 2020 and 2021, I was doing gig work with DoorDash and Instacart, all that sort of stuff during the pandemic. It was a lot easier. It was high function masking again, but it was easier to decompress in the car between orders. But by 2021, I ended up working at an Amazon facility here in Vista, and it was taxing because I had 8 hours on my feet, and I had high masking to do. I was masking, felt like a ghost, completely invisible, just burning out, just more debt accruing from masking, just more debt building and building and building and building, to the point where by 2022, when the new year hit, I literally the debt went right downhill, kaboom, crash, just like the biggest kaboom, crash, burnout, just a metaphorical just crash, explosive, integrated metaphorically. And here I am after that, by about 2022, later on in 2022, I ended up, during this burnout, discovering who I was, and I figured out that I was trans. I came out as trans, and I'm M to F, and my name, and I no longer go by my dead name. My name is Patrick, and then that year I started HRT, same in 2022, and I've been Patrick for about 4 years now. And I'm living my truth, and I do enjoy that part. But after that part, and to about 2023, 2024-ish, I was struggling a little bit financially. I had to get rid of my car and make some choices, being low income and burnt out. But kind of after those 2 years, about a year later, I decided to get to back after 2024. In 2025, I chose to go back to school at a college that was online and conventional, and I took a course, full stack web development design. I'm not working in the field currently, but I am still attending the school, and I'm working on getting my AS in software development. And I'm hoping I'm also a struggling student who's waiting for that money, that grant money to help pay those bills off. And I'm also autistic with ADHD and etc. comorbidities, which I can talk about later on a much later note. Anyways, I am still debating internally to file disability or don't file disability, and it's just a very hard choice to make because of the cannabis. Because being the way I am and needing the cannabis, the disability wouldn't be a great choice. But then it's like, okay, you need it. You need the extra. But it's like, I don't know. But anyways, that's where I'm at in my journey. Currently, in the journey of right now, sharing my story, sharing my life, opening everyone up to neurodivergency and a proud trans man here. And I will talk to you later. Bye.